We often think of male hormonal decline, especially drops in testosterone, as an inevitable part of aging. But growing research suggests that the true trigger may not be age itself, but something far more controllable: metabolic health. Specifically, how well a man's body manages blood sugar and insulin may be one of the strongest predictors of hormonal stability across the lifespan. The warning is clear: if your metabolic health is declining, your hormones could be next. Hormones like testosterone do not operate in isolation. They're part of a delicate web that depends heavily on energy balance, inflammation levels, and cellular function, all of which are disrupted by poor glucose control. When blood sugar rises consistently, even to levels below the diabetic threshold, it triggers a cascade of damaging processes: insulin resistance, oxidative stress, chronic inflammation, and mitochondrial dysfunction. Over time, these changes begin to chip away at the body's ability to produce and regulate hormones, often years before any obvious symptoms appear. The testes, where testosterone is produced, are particularly sensitive to insulin signaling. In a healthy body, insulin supports the function of Leydig cells, which are responsible for testosterone synthesis. But in insulin-resistant states, this communication breaks down. Leydig cells become less responsive, testosterone output drops, and the balance of other key hormones, like luteinizing hormone and sex hormone-binding globulin, SHBG, shifts in unhealthy directions. The result? Testosterone may appear normal on a lab test, but its bioavailability, timing, and feedback loops are impaired. Many men in this state report fatigue, low libido, mood changes, or weight gain, yet are told their hormone levels are fine. The more serious warning is this: you don't need to be diabetic or overweight for metabolic dysfunction to impact your hormones. Many men with average body weight and borderline blood sugar levels are already in a state of subclinical hormonal instability. They may not have been diagnosed with prediabetes, but they're living with fluctuating glucose, elevated fasting insulin, and declining testosterone, and they don't know it. And in this state, traditional testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, may offer only a temporary fix. Without addressing the root metabolic dysfunction, hormone levels may continue to decline and side effects may increase. But there's good news. Metabolic health is one of the most reversible aspects of modern aging. Regular exercise, particularly strength training and high-intensity intervals, has been shown to naturally increase testosterone by improving insulin sensitivity. A low-glycemic, whole-food diet can reduce inflammatory stress on the endocrine system. Even modest weight loss in men with abdominal fat has been linked to significant increases in free testosterone and better hormonal rhythm. Add in quality sleep, stress reduction, and daily movement, and the hormonal system often begins to stabilize, without the need for lifelong hormone therapy. It's time to change the narrative. Male hormonal decline is not just a function of getting older, it's often a symptom of poor metabolic control. And because the early stages of insulin resistance and blood sugar dysregulation are silent, many men don't know they're at risk until years later, when fatigue and dysfunction are already entrenched. If you're a man in your 30s, 40s, or 50s and you're experiencing early signs of hormonal imbalance, low libido, reduced motivation, decreased muscle mass, irritability, it's not enough to check testosterone alone. You need to look at the full metabolic picture: fasting glucose, fasting insulin, HbA1c, triglycerides, and even waist circumference. These numbers might be better predictors of your future hormonal health than testosterone levels alone. The bottom line: your hormones don't exist in a vacuum. They respond to the metabolic environment you create with your diet, your habits, your sleep, and your stress. And if that environment is overloaded with sugar, insulin, and inflammation, decline is not just likely, it's already happening. But by improving blood sugar control and restoring metabolic health, you're not just preventing disease. You're preserving your energy, your strength, your drive, and your identity as a healthy, vital man.